Hello, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Welcome to the Rooster Teeth
this week
podcast.
Brought to you by, I'm Gus.
Where's the things?
I'm Barbara.
Hey, I'm Bernie.
And Gavin will be here shortly. I'm Gus. Forgot to add that.
Oh,
Gus is making a face because before the podcast, he made sure to tell me and had me confirm that I heard that there would be no boxes at the top.
But the thing is, they're going to add them in post. It's just not live when the episode goes to wide release. They're going to be there.
So subscribe to first, and you don't have to watch the little boxes at the top.
So subscribe to first.
To you.
You see the fuck ups. You see before the final product. You'll get to watch us refine the product before it gets fully
and
released.
you get to see us refine it live. No, I'm just kidding.
Live is crazy. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
We started the Monday in a very weird manner today.
Well, let me think how your Monday started. Okay. I think I know what you're going to say.
We went to a brewery to watch Rooster Teeth beer get canned
That's what this is, right?
and started drinking beer at like 9:30 in the morning,
These.
which was a really bizarre start to the day.
It was awesome.
No, it was great. Just a 9:30 was an AM beer was a little unexpected.
Are we allowed to talk about the name?
Yeah.
It's called Rooster Brew.
Big discussion
Very big discussion.
over what to call this. And actually, Bruce today on Twitter told me
Bruce.
one that he that was on the list, and he's surprised we didn't call it that.
You want to know something
What?
funny about that? That was not Bruce. It was a user that had his photo as his photo.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he also
I got
had
confused
like
too.
a weird name. I hate when people do that when they take the avatar.
Yeah.
So
It's mildly confusing.
yeah, okay.
So they're going to be available at RTX at the Coop for
I wonder
free.
if Bruce is the person who replied to my
I'm trying to plug the beer.
Animal Crossing meme thing that I posted.
You want to find out? Let us know. Why don't you look it up?
Hold on. Don't say anything until I'm done searching for this. There's actually two cool things on the table. One is this, the Rooster Teeth Brew, which had a Rooster
Brew.
Excuse me. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Rooster Brew, which had a couple of different names. One of the names potentially suggested was Brewbee, but this leads into a whole other discussion, which there was a big debate about this, and I'm on board now, but there was a big internal debate of whether or not we should do this at all. Like whether or not we should put Rooster Teeth on an alcohol product.
Was it just because of the association of our brand with alcohol? Because I feel like we're way down that hole already.
No, yeah, more so was like, do we want to sell alcohol? Like, or not sell, but like, do we want to like be associated with an alcoholic product
Fair
that
enough.
has our name on it? So you know what I mean? Because I don't think legally we can sell this stuff. I think it's all promotional.
It's going to be free at the Coop, which is really cool.
Yeah.
If you're 21 or older.
Yes.
But it was a
America.
debate. I think a lot of times when something kind of appears because we don't talk about it because we want to surprise people, like, oh hey, look at this, we got these cool cans and they have our logo on it and the 15th anniversary. It was a long discussion and there were some dissenting opinions about it, and we went back and forth. I think at the end of the day, and this is how I was convinced, it's like we have so much beer on the podcast every single week, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad that it went forward.
This is
and now
also
that
really
I see
good.
it in practice, it's awesome.
It was really cool to watch that setup at the brewery and watch, as they explain, like, oh, this is where all these tanks are, this is where this is. We had to reconfigure it, rearrange this, and then watch like the cans get loaded and go down the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And I was like, as I was watching it, I think I told Bernie, it's like, I want to play a video game that's just building and managing a brewery, like moving equipment around and managing like a production line and watching all everything go through.
You love stuff like that.
I love
though.
stuff like that.
What was that game again? Papers, Please?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very monotonous.
No. Sometimes you got fake passports.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey,
It really stirred you up.
you know what doesn't smell good? Beer in general. Like old beer smells bad, like when you spill it, like the night after a party, or the day after a party when you wake up and you got to clean up after a party.
Like sticky floor beer?
Yeah, it's a specific smell. But also brewing beer is a smell that, unless you've had a roommate or something who brewed beer as I did in college, you don't know what that smells like. Basically, it's just that smell of malt. Like molten malt. I don't know what the process is. But where they liquefy malt and then they make it, and then it's the brewing process. It's kind of stinky. It's more stinky than beer is itself.
Couldn't tell that by watching your Instagram stories that it was stinky in there.
No, I didn't do that. It was actually in the other room where they do the brewing. This was the canning part. So this had a lot of the spilled beer on the floor, that had that smell. But the other place had the smell I associate with brewing beer, which were the big tanks.
Like the grain and the hops and
there
all
you
of that
go, brother.
stuff.
And the molten stuff.
The malt.
You know how it is.
So the name that I suggested was Rooster Teeth, because to me that's the more obvious one. But you guys said that sounds more like a coffee.
Yeah, or
think.
there was a coffee and that also sounds like somebody's name.
Rooster Teeth.
Like Brewster.
Brewster's Millions.
Yeah.
Rooster Brew is simple. I like it.
The one that Matt was pushing for, which everyone hated.
Oh God,
yeah.
no.
Do you know what it was?
Yes.
Cockadoodle Brew, which is just awful.
Well, I heard
So you're welcome, everyone, for
there were other
only
ones.
after hearing about that hypothetically.
There were other ones I heard as well, like cock juice.
Which
He leans into the cockbite thing way too much. I keep trying to tell him, like, we have an award at the company.
yeah, the Cockbite Award, Cockbite of the Year.
I hate that.
What would you call it if you had to?
Anything else? Because people have to put it on their fucking desk. You know what I mean? It's just, I get it. It's a
Yeah, but they're putting it on their desk at Rooster Teeth.
it's a big deal because, like, I think out of 380 people that work at the company now, almost 400 people, we get award those to 12 people over the course of the year, maybe 12 to 15.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah. It's by department, and then there's some special awards.
Yeah, I've
that
never
we give
gotten
out.
one. So
I've never gotten one either.
if you guys want to nominate someone this year,
Are you eligible to get one?
Why?
Why
You
wouldn't
might
she?
not be.
Oh, because I'm a manager.
Right.
Nominate me as a manager. Be like, we're all coming together. Nominate the best manager at the company.
I don't think you're eligible.
Barbara.
Have your
Sorry.
employees make them do it. That'd be a good manager.
Oh, right. You're delegating.
Go yoink.
Ooh.
Give it to somebody, then fire them before you deliver it. That's how a manager would do it. That's a little pro
I'm
tip.
accepting this award on so and so's behalf
Yeah.
since they're no longer here.
Like literally in the 5 minutes when like, you say you're gonna give it to them, and then you actually hand them the award, just like in that point in time.
But your name is on this already. What?
Is it? Do we put their names on it? Do we
We
inscribe
do.
them?
We inscribe them.
Who's got the award from the broadcast
Any
department?
of you guys?
Meryl got one this year or this
see,
past year.
Everyone sounds
came-
really happy that
came
Mariel's
back
got one.
so unenthusiastic. It was
is,
just like,
is your name
Meryl
inscribed
got
on your
the award.
Cockbite of the Year thing?
Is your name on it?
It is?
It
Okay.
is.
Okay. Well, we had to give it to her then, guys, because
It said Mariel.
Well, I remember that when Patrick was presenting the award, Meryl's the only girl technically in broadcast who's not contract or intern.
and she was at the time for sure.
And definitely at the time, I think you were the only girl at all, right? Where? In broadcast? Still full time, yeah.
Yeah.
So when Patrick started talking about who he's giving it to, he I don't know if he was trying to make believe that no one would guess who it was. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna give this award to someone. She blah 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 blah, and she blah blah blah. So it's obvious that it was
Yeah.
Mariel, and she was already crying by the time he gave it to her.
I stood up and then I was like, wait, what if it's not me?
Yeah.
I still remember the first time we had Mariel
Do you have
in
it here? Do you have
at,
it? So we can show it to people?
I remember the first time you showed up to the old studio when we were interviewing her as possibly being an intern.
I had the most awkward first interaction with Mariel because I'm just an awkward person in general, especially when I meet people for the first time. And so when I met her and I was like, "What's your name?" She's like, "Mariel," and I was like, "Mariel, like M Ariel, like a tasty Ariel,
Wow.
Ariel." And then she was like, "Yep, sounds good," and just walked away. And I was like, "Oh gosh,
just
she's never gonna talk to me again."
I just imagine you turning and looking at the wall after that, and just sitting there. I'm gonna go to
Mariel.
sleep now.
Yeah, you just punish yourself. I'll just be over here if
Yeah.
anybody's looking for me.
But she still wants to be friends with me after that, so it worked out.
Do we have sidecar set up today, guys? Is that even a thing?
My tasty Ariel.
Oh, look at your holding.
She went and got the award.
You look at your acceptance.
Where do I look? Oh,
She's beauty.
think
She's
we're
great.
Does she work in broadcast?
Wow.
I don't sit in here anymore. I used to work on the show and now I don't. I just get to listen to it.
What's the hat? What's the 3 hat?
It's Chance the Rapper.
Oh, okay. I thought. Can I be honest with you?
Way to be in touch.
No. Listen, music is definitely a place where I've just given up all hope of staying relevant because
holding this up?
I actually thought Childish Gambino, Donald Glover's rapping identity, I thought it was a joke for the first year. I didn't know he was an actual rapper. I'm just really far behind.
That's a very common thing.
Who's the new guy? Who's an idiot? The rapper. The face, he got crayons on his face. What's his name?
Oh, there's Takashi.
Post Malone.
Oh, Post Malone. Well, there's a bunch of
Never heard a Post
people
Malone
who look
song.
Terrible.
Can't tell you one song.
Didn't Cardi B tweet that she thought Childish Gambino and Donald Glover looked very similar?
Yeah, I think so.
That's awesome.
I still remember when you started. I feel like
Who is
you
Cardi
were
B?
so timid.
I'm a
and quiet.
very shy person. Being here for 4 years has unleashed my less shy personality. But
Unleashed.
I'm still a very, very shy person.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I started at 636.
Yeah, I remember.
It's been a long time.
Brandon, I think, brought you down and was like showing your eyes, like, hey, this. I guess he was still doing broadcast stuff at the time as well, in addition to live action. He's like,
Didn't he manage all the interns?
This
at
is
the company?
Muriel.
That's me.
Maybe.
It's Muriel.
How long did you have to go before Muriel got people started calling you Mariel?
Well, Meg Turney still calls me Muriel.
That's why I started calling you Muriel, because there's a clip that people send me all the time when I yelled at the people in the other room, and she's not on screen, but I say, not Muriel, I got this.
Oh, yeah,
Muriel.
And then Barb started calling me Merle.
Merle.
Yeah.
No one calls me by
Well, she
my
calls
name.
me Bimmy, so I have to give her a
Bimmy.
nickname.
The Bimmy Dunks.
Bimmy Dunks and Merle.
Somebody suggested on Twitter, literally, we should call the beer Rooster Teeth. Like 47 minutes ago.
Good idea.
HD Pickles in chat says that 6ix9ine is crayon face.
Yeah, well, there's this guy named Takashi69, I think something like that. But he looks like when you would get your friends drunk and you would write on their faces. But like that's what his
But
face
that's his
actually
look?
looks like. Yeah, I think that's his
God, I
thing.
feel like I'm so out of touch. And
With music in general or with tattoos on your face?
with music in general. Like I also just recently found out who Cardi B was, and that was through Texas because he loves her.
Yes.
Oh, is this the guy?
Is that crayon face?
Yeah.
No.
Or you're talking about Post Malone.
I know Post Malone, yeah.
But that guy also has some
Like he has a
interesting.
tattoo on his face, always tired.
Are
which
those
is
stacks
funny
of
for
money?
about a minute, but then you got to live with it forever. I mean, no, the guy's got a very successful music career. I don't have that. So we're neglecting something else, which is
Bye, Mariel.
Hi,
She's
bye,
sneaking
Meryl.
off.
I love you.
So the beer was a little bit of a debate. What is not a debate is these other glasses that are out here.
The
These
tiki mugs?
The tiki mugs that we have. These have been sitting in Ryan's office, in basically the e-commerce office, for about 5 fucking months. And I have been wanting to bring them on the podcast the entire time. They're tiki-inspired Rooster Teeth mugs, or Rooster Teeth-inspired tiki mugs. Either some would call them A, some would call them B. But they're awesome.
So they're I have the information here about
Give me
them.
one.
They're going to be available first at RTX and then online later.
Classic.
They are each a limited edition though, so
They are
hopefully
each a limited edition.
yeah,
And
each,
they're
each
look
style.
at that.
Oh wow, this is like.
And
You hear that? There's this ASMR.
I think the coop opens up on Thursday. It's at the Sunset Room across from the convention center.
Yes.
So if you're in town for RTX, you can swing by a little before the event. And
Will these be there?
I think those will be there.
Okay, awesome.
It says
So,
RTX.
Bart, really quickly, which one of these is your favorite? Because I have one that's clearly my favorite.
I have one that's clearly my favorite.
And Gus said what his was, and I was like, no, that's not the best one.
I mean,
Mine's
the
the-
one you're holding looks the most like a classic tiki mug.
yeah.
I think
With
that
the
one.
rooster
or-
and the teeth.
yeah.
Rooster and the teeth.
That one?
I mean, this one's pretty cool too.
That's my favorite.
That's the one Bernie picked.
Yeah.
It's the white and black achievement hunter.
No, this red and white rooster is the best. Y'all
Yeah.
are wrong.
Okay. That's fair play.
That one to me is
you
the
can
most
see
Rooster Teeth.
That one you can see, you can see the design the most. This one you have to be like, oh, I get it. There's a rooster there, and there's some teeth down
I think
there.
I like that because it's subtle though.
This one's a little more subtle.
Yeah.
A little more subtle. For a tiki glass.
as,
right?
as subtle as you can be.
By the way, I'm taking these. Just telling everybody right now. I'm taking. Yeah.
The boxes
absolutely.
are right over there. You can just box them up. And
I'm
take them
taking
with you.
all these at the end of tonight.
They have to shoot with those later.
What are they going to shoot with them?
Pictures?
Pictures.
They're going to shoot pictures of these? Who's after the podcast?
Look, we're shooting 60 pictures a second of them right now.
There you go.
Can
Here's
we-
your picture.
Can we drink out of them then?
Hey.
Yeah, they watch. them.
Hey.
Thank you. Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
Gabby.
get those.
Gavin, have you seen the tiki mugs?
Do we make that?
Yeah, these have been sitting in Ryan Quinn's office for like 6 months now, I feel like. And every time I've been in there, I've been asking if I can take one or take them to the podcast set.
You know what you did do? And I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this.
I took a mug.
You took a mug.
Yeah, I took a prototype mug.
It was the only mug we had. We hadn't shot any photos with it. It's the only one we had available at all. And you sent it to Hannah Hart,
I did.
which is a nice gesture, but you gave it away.
Which mug was it?
The I only drink at work mug.
Which is not on sale yet. We don't know when it's going to be in the store, but we haven't done any photography.
Well,
or
check
marketing
out
for it.
Hannah's Instagram story because it's on there right
That's
now.
a really funny way of marketing. It's just sending one-of-a-kind prototypes to random people on
Well,
the internet.
in the marketing office, they were panicking today because they're like, "Hey, did you see Hannah Hart's story with that mug? How did she get that? Oh, Bernie sent it her. Bernie took the mug we had. Was that the one he sent to her?
Yeah. I took the prototype. Actually, I went and got, there was another shipment, I think, and there was 2 in that, and I took those 2 as well. So this mug's never going to come out because we can't take photos of it. I am taking these glasses, though. I want to be serious about this so you understand.
Yeah,
They
they'll
don't
be
need
fine.
pictures.
They have a bunch more.
Come
The-
watch podcasts.
The first Drunk Gamers merchandise we ever made was also a coffee mug that said covert alcohol container on it.
That is correct. I still have one of those.
I have one of those too.
I have 2 things. But then we got the weird thing, when you say the first piece, it's literally the only piece of merchandise, and we never sold it.
No, we sold it.
What are you? You're insane.
We never sold any. They were available.
You gave
for
them
sale.
away to people.
Yeah, after we shut down, we still had a bunch.
Oh, okay. But the other piece of like the other tchotchke that I associate with drunk gamers was someone from the DG community made us Space Invaders keychains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys showed it to
I
us.
still have those to this day.
You know, it's funny. I have one that I use on my keys, like you said, still to this day. So it's like been worn down over the years. I found another one in my house that's like it was still new in the plastic little baggie that they
I
came
think
in.
I gave that to you. Didn't I give that to you?
I don't know.
I
Did
think
you?
I had it. I found it and I gave it to you as a gift.
Okay, well I found it again.
Yeah, okay.
It was lost and it's been refound.
I was like, look at this. I got a brand new one. Here's a gift for you. How dare you?
Well, thank you. Well, that proves I kept it. I still have it.
That's good.
It's in a place of honor.
And you
It's
gave it
so
to
honored I
yourself.
forgot about it.
Yeah, and you got to receive it twice. So
Yeah.
that's kind of nice. if
One's
think
from
about
you
it.
and one's from the universe.
All right, I'm taking the brown one.
Let me read this here. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is brought to you by.
I just saw Gavin pick up one of these Rooster Brew beers, and he was about to open it and pour it in, and I kept pointing to it so he could look at it. And I've never seen someone more confused in all his life.
Yeah, how did we get that on there?
Oh, you know about this?
No.
Yeah. Clearly doesn't follow us on Instagram.
Apparently not. We went to the
We're doing
brewery.
a beer.
We went to a brewery this morning. We made this.
So this is
Bernie and I. We
limited
went
edition.
in. We broke in, and we started the machines.
by Austin Beer Works. Austin Beer Works previously made an appearance on this podcast with one of their fine products when we got a 99 pack of beer.
Yes.
Is that what that was? 99 pack or 100 pack?
This is a 99 pack.
Yeah.
It's because if it was 100, one would stick out.
Right.
Okay.
I guess you could have 4 rows of 25, but they went for 3 of 33.
Rookie mistake. Where were you?
But it was funny. We were when we were up there. They were talking about the 99 pack today, and they said they intentionally designed that packaging to be dumb. They're like, we want to make the dumbest, gimmicky, most promotional product possible. So they said the designer came back with like a cube. And they're like, no, this is too easy. You can actually pick this up and carry this. So then they said, they settled on this design. And the designer still tried to put like handholds on it so you could pick it up. And they were like, no, the handholds have to be in inconvenient
Is
places.
it because they wanted you to go with friends to pick it up?
Right. It's like, so you have to have 2 people or it's like super unwieldy and awkward if it's one person.
You gotta put it on your shoulder, basically.
You kind of like hug it like a tree.
I would push out 4 cans and then put it over my head and wear it like armor.
What do you mean, like a big tall thing? Like put it
that would
down
be easy.
straight?
That'd be
Or from the
easy to do
center
it.
and bend it?
Do you all remember how fucking heavy that thing was?
Yeah.
No.
99 cans of beer.
fucking beers.
99 beers. That thing, it was a beast.
I
It
could
was an
barely carry
absolute
a
unit.
24 pack.
4 of those. And then 3 more beers.
Those 3 really put it over the edge.
Wait, yeah, it's really heavy. But yeah, it's cool. I feel like I remember seeing them make beer. I feel like they started not that long ago, like 7 or 8 years ago, and I felt like I'd see a can every now and then. Now I feel like it's everywhere in Austin.
It's in every bar in Austin.
Yeah, they've
sure.
they've definitely taken off.
I like them.
Yeah, so it's good to work with them for this.
Is it like a big bucket list thing for you to have your own beer?
I don't know about bucket list. It was something I always thought would be cool if it happened and if we were able to do it. Oh, also, like I didn't realize until right now, it's got that same mural, like the red mural that's painted out in the RTLA studio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We finally got signs on the outside of stage 5. They're pretty.
Oh yeah, it looks really nice coming in here.
Oh,
It really
the new
does.
door?
Yeah. We
Yeah.
said like that old faded yellow door. I'm sure you've seen it in R2
Who's
Live.
going around making this place look good?
That's John Mace
Oh.
John Mace.
And his team.
and his team.
Yeah, the whole facilities team.
It's like John Mace is an idea. It's not a person.
That's true.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's in a
All,
picture. there.
everything all at once.
Except for the tiki bugs. Fail.
Yeah. You fucked it up.
Although I do like how they have a list on the side of the departments that are in this building.
Yes.
I mean, that's going to change in like a day. Like,
Well,
things
I think they're
change so-
interchangeable. This goes from.
Oh,
I guess,
that's
like,
true.
is
They
it-
could just take them out. I didn't know if they were
Information
painted on.
technology.
They're not painted. I guarantee it.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah,
we're actually working on that potentially because we're in stage 5, stage 2, about 50% of stage 4, and it looks like we might be taking over stage 3 for a little bit too for some production stuff.
nice.
And we
So-
use stage 7 a lot.
That's the armory. Yeah, that one is. That's
It's
always
a misnomer to
fascinating
call it a stage.
one. Is that in the Bloodfest trailer? Where did I just see
It's
it?
I
Yeah.
mean, we
It
got
is.
so much stuff from Bloodfest.
It's in the murder room intro. That's what I was just thinking. Every time I see a hallway from that building, I instantly recognize
It's
it.
great,
the
'cause-
hallway that Adam Ellis runs down, right? In Bloodfest? That's in the trailer?
in the trailer. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it could be
not Adam Ellis,
a
I don't know what you're talking
hospital, a school, a military base. It's like it's very interchangeable, I guess, for different
It's
locations.
very generic.
Generic.
And shitty and rundown.
It's very
It's
shitty
great
and
for
very
like
rundown.
horror stuff too, because it's actually haunted, I think, and creepy.
I can't even believe Blaine was even considering drinking that liquid that was in there.
I would not have let him do it because it's directing. It's like you drink that on your off time.
I feel like one of the most dangerous things on the planet is liquid. It's where all the bad stuff comes from.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Like if you saw even like a piece of meat just sitting on a table, you'd be like, all right, but just like a random liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
get you.
the idea that you
It could
have
be anything.
two glass doors. One, there's just a jar of some mystery liquid, and the other one, there's like a lion, and you're like,
$1 million, but mystery liquid.
I mean, yeah, everything bad comes through, unless it's like a lump of plutonium or something.
To me, that was the grossest $1 million butt of anything we've done so far. Just the concept of it, which was $1 million, but for the rest of your life, when you see an unfinished drink, you just have to pick it up and
oh,
finish
that was
it.
the one I did.
Yeah,
for
it
you.
has cigarette butts.
Ugh.
Or like the spit bucket at a wine tasting place.
Ah, everything's terrible.
I hated licking the coins. Even though they were clean, it just felt wrong to suck on
What
metal.
about the eating the birthday cake one?
That was right.
Okay.
Oh, JJ Browning on Twitter just posted the screenshot from our. I guess it's still up in her Instagram story right now. So if you want to see that link, but he just posted the picture on Twitter as well. His name is at NerdtronJJ. That's an unfortunate.
Do you have time to sit around at work and watch Instagram stories? Like, I haven't seen our
no,
Instagram
at work?
story.
No.
What?
No, you mean
But
at
you asked
work.
me today how you didn't see our Instagram story?
Yeah, did you have a lunch at some point, or just like get in a car? You don't drive. What do you do when you're not
often?
driving?
I wasn't in a car today.
Okay,
How often do you go on Instagram?
Maybe like once a day in the evening.
there it is. Yeah, I sent it to her. Sorry. The other side has a nice Rooster Teeth logo on it, but she's not showing that.
You'll never
so.
see it. That'll be the only product shot of that mug.
I feel like if they can't make it now because they
But
lost,
they'll just upload that particular image
they
on the
lost
store
the
page.
file.
I like the idea of them having to start from scratch, like redesign it in Photoshop.
We just recently met with some old friends and big inspirations for Rooster Teeth. We met with the Homestar Runner guys, Matt and Mike Chapman, who, if you're not aware, have been running a Kickstarter for their new Trogdor board game. You should go check it out and
What?
support it. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, they have a Trogdor board game.
Trogdor was like my favorite thing from.
He's got little miniature pieces too, little Trogdor. You could have one in your home.
Does he have one beefy arm?
He does, and he has
Wouldn't
consummate
be
V's.
Trogdor without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, we actually have
15 days to go. $857,000 raised.
Come on, a million.
wow.
Come on, Homestar Runner. Hey, listen, Homestar Runner is one of those things that go to VidCon. If you talk to anybody from the original generation of like YouTube content creators,
Barbara.
all of them influenced by Homestar Runner, including us. Not that we're a
Yeah.
YouTube content creator, but
Statue of Kataja.
Homestar Runner probably one of the most influential things to ever be on the internet. But they were talking about how at the height of the popularity for Homestar, when a Chinese company wanted to make plushies based on all the characters, which would have been a great idea.
Yeah.
They made one for the character Bubs, and they just made it and sent it to them. And Bubs has one little eye and one big eye.
Yeah.
But because it's 2D Flash cartoons, they couldn't really figure out what they were looking at. So they extrapolated that into 3D, and they thought the little eye was a horn, and they gave him this big old horn and
God.
these jagged teeth.
Oh,
and it made
God.
Bubs look like horrific. I'm sure there's a photo of that.
They should have sold that.
Yeah. That should be like a limited edition collector's item or something like
They
that.
sold a cheat plushie.
Yeah.
The Kick the Cheat.
I got one. Well, my
I got
little
one.
brother got one.
Yeah, we had one around the
I had one
office
forever. Yeah.
What was your favorite series from Homestar Runner?
It was probably just Strong Bad Emails.
I like that. I like Teen Girl Squad.
Teen Girl.
a
I was
lot.
gonna say I was surprised you prefer Trogdor to Teen Girl Squad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was yeah. I guess they both spurred off of Strong Bad Emails.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. Totally classic. It's funny to think that. You know, the internet's just so different. I know it's like something we say all the time, but you'd have to go to their website to watch a Flash cartoon. And
Yeah, it was.
And they would have to load.
Well, we were envious because remember they could, with Flash cartoons, you could watch them in the web browser, and for us, because we had videos, you had to download a file,
fucking download.
and we had to have like 8 different versions of every episode.
Didn't have a Flash version of the episode.
No, Flash didn't make video at the time.
Eventually we did, but that was
Yeah.
like season.
No, Flash video is what made YouTube possible. Yeah, like
Yeah.
season 3, season 4.
I would say 4.
bit there.
Yeah.
I remember seeing my first Flash video was on the Rooster Teeth website. It was the the first one I ever watched. It was very surprising to see the whole video. I just thought it was a thumbnail. I was like, oh wait, this is the video? I don't have to download it?
On a webpage?
What?
Yeah.
We were so happy about that. You were especially happy about that.
Well, for two reasons. One, because we would, work on Red versus Blue Thursday night all the way into Friday morning. Like sometimes 1 or 2 in the morning.
Sometimes into Sunday morning.
Yeah, and then people are like, oh my gosh, we're done. It's like, we're out of here. And then I knew I was going to sit there and watch progress bars for another 4 fucking hours.
If you could take the data from those videos, like standard def and tiny,
I know.
your progress bars would be done in seconds.
Oh,
these
they wouldn't
days.
be, yeah. It would just
it would be
fly by.
crazy.
You could render it on your phone now.
And the upload too, because I was uploading. Maybe I was uploading with a cable modem by then. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
You were, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like 56K or anything.
On behalf of everyone who works here, thank you for not giving up on that and for sticking with it, even though you hated it.
Hey, I didn't hate it. I loved it.
I have a question.
Thanks for the job.
Why not start earlier in the week?
Because we had day jobs, dude. This is like season 1, season 2.
Oh, I mean, but like even when you had the office, it was still like Thursday night.
I think it's that thing where we just kept working on it until like the last possible minute.
Getting ahead on Red versus Blue was always one of those things it was gonna happen. It happened season 8. That's when it finally happened. Actually, it happened, Gavin. You were a big part of it when we finally got a break, and you directed season 7. I had to come in and like help at the end because you had to leave because of the immigration stuff.
Yeah.
But that break really helped, and then I could actually write a full script. I don't think we had a full script of the entire season until season 9. Nah, 6 we came pretty close, but 9 definitely had I handed the script over to everybody, and then we had a full script. Every other week I was like
It's week to week.
kind of reacting to what the audience liked. It was like, oh, they like this story.
Because I feel like I should be doing the same in getting ahead on burps. Pardon me. Slow-mo, guys, is that I've already shot the rest of 2018. They're all done. And you'd think that I would sit down and just edit all of them, and I just can't.
Why can't you?
I can't. Like when I'm done with one, I'm like, oh, I gotta upload this now, and then I'll just take the break.
Why don't you just take a Sunday and be like, I'll do 3 today?
Because that sounds miserable. It takes so long.
But then
they all take longer than a day.
Future Gavin would be so thankful.
He
for
would
that.
love me, but I
Yeah.
don't think I cared that much about future me.
Future Gavin should invent a fucking time machine and come back and do it himself if he's gonna be so happy about it.
yeah, you should figure that
I
out.
think what happens if you edited all of them and then scheduled them for upload, you wouldn't even have to think about your channel for.
Do you trust schedule uploads?
I've never done it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Never
I
done
don't
it.
trust it.
How is it
Man.
possible? It's 2018. We don't have scheduled text messaging yet. Like, there's been times.
Why do you want to schedule a text
I
message?
can't think of a single thing that I would need that for.
Oh my gosh! Like, I don't ever want to
I
text
would-
someone after midnight.
I would use that all the time when someone texts me and they're in England, and then I finish work and want to text them back. It's
Another
1
example?
a.m. and it's like,
Yep.
Yeah, but you can text them. I mean, their phone's in do not disturb. If their phone's
I don't know,
in
that's
do not
rude.
disturb, that's their fault.
I don't want to risk that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't either. But
Yeah, I guess
What's
for
the-
that it makes sense.
What's the cutoff? What's your cutoff for text at night?
10 p.m.
Personally,
Midnight.
Yeah.
like that, I won't text someone, or I don't want someone texting me.
Either way.
To me,
Do you have a different rule for yourself than you have?
Well,
for
I
others?
feel bad if I text someone after like 9 or 10 p.m. I feel bad. Like I
So
would
do I.
apologize.
Yeah.
But I'm cool getting a text like up until midnight.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, if I'm
Honestly, any time of night, if it's like important enough, I don't really care.
I don't mind. If I'm asleep, I'll put my phone in do not disturb, so it's
Yeah.
not going to bother me.
Exactly.
So,
I have
whatever.
a trainer, and he gets up at I think 4 or 4:30 every day because he starts with clients at like 5.
Yep.
And every now and then he'll text me if he has like availability or if I asked him a question. He'll text me back, but like when he wakes up, so I'll wake up to a text that came in at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and I'm like, why does he even bother sending? I can't respond for another 3 hours.
Chat, by the way, is gleefully letting us know that Android has scheduled text messages.
Oh, is that true?
Time to switch.
So sorry, I would call a particular person out, but it's just everyone in chat is saying Android.
Okay. Well, message received.
Literally.
See the
I
Pixel
want-
3 got leaked? Go
Receive
ahead.
tomorrow.
I've got the best new feature for Xbox or all the consoles, right? When an episode of something finishes on Netflix or Hulu, especially if it's like an hour or 40 minutes, it sends a signal to turn on your controller
Oh, that'd be nice.
right when the credits roll.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So you can
because-
skip.
I don't want to. It will autoplay the next episode, and if I'm done, I don't want it to like.
Yeah.
I don't want it to do that. But then I've got to be like, let me wait for my controller to be on. Bloop. Yep.
That's cool.
That technology does not exist, though, because if you turn on your console, it doesn't turn on your controller.
No, I know. I wish you could do
Yeah,
that.
you can't wake the
Oh.
controller.
I thought you said you do have that. I didn't realize it was an idea.
It's got to be a way to
don't
do
have
that.
You're like little, hey, what's up?
Yeah, like a low, like if they use like a low power Bluetooth thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can turn it on if it's connected via a wire. So maybe if there was a dongle that.
Android does that.
went-
When you finish a Netflix video, it wakes up your Xbox controller for you.
So wait, does it not do it on the PlayStation?
Does not do what?
PlayStation's Bluetooth, right? I know it's Bluetooth for the remote.
Yeah.
So-
You still go through the same thing. You still have to turn it on.
Xbox has that shitty proprietary whatever it is that
I
makes
feel
it
like-
hard to like have a decent wireless third-party controller.
Well, I feel like it takes longer for my Xbox controller to link up to my Xbox than for my PlayStation controller to link up to the PlayStation. Like
Yeah.
the Xbox, I hit the center button. It's like blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah,
the first few
blah,
seconds,
and it's like,
the controller's
oh
like,
my God.
What do you want?
but the PlayStation, you hit it and it's like within like a second. It's like boom, done. Beep.
Yeah. PS4's kind of killing it this generation, just in general.
Yeah,
I mean, across the board, Spider-Man's about to come out.
I'm so excited.
I'm so
I
excited.
played that
about
at
it
E3.
too.
It was awesome.
Super excited about it. No Man's Sky is even good now. What the fuck? How is that possible?
You play that on Xbox now?
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
It
Is
came
it
across?
actually good? Have you played it?
Listen, no, but my family likes it. Ashley
I-
likes it.
man,
JD likes
I
it.
honestly
Teddy
had
likes
fun
it,
in the
so.
original No Man's Sky flying around for like a day or two, but then I just felt aimless and I was like, this isn't
So
real.
what makes it good now all of a sudden?
I don't know. I don't know what it was like before. I never played it the first time.
You were so excited about it though.
I was fairly excited about it, but then
I remember it was a weird phenomenon where everyone was going apeshit about this trailer. And I looked at it and I thought, that doesn't look very good. And then it came out, everyone was like, this sucks. And I was like, well, yeah, the trailer doesn't look shit.
well, people got really hyped up in the like endless possibilities.
Yeah.
Which, if a new independent developer is making a game and they're talking about all this stuff, we should all know by now. Don't get super excited about that. Don't. I mean,
Yeah.
even like Rare with Sea of Thieves, everybody's like, you're gonna have a ship and you're gonna be able to go here and you'll own your own ship and it'll be amazing adventures. And then it's like, let's dig up our 50th fucking chest
Like,
in the last 2 hours.
a game like Skyrim, right? Big old map, shitloads of places to go. It's good.
My favorite game.
But imagine if they were like, get this, you can now go to 900,000 cities. I'd be like, I don't want to go to 1,000 cities. Like,
Yeah.
that's not a selling point. Why was everyone getting hung up on this huge selling point of like,
Is it because
there's
it
a
just-
quintillion?
It was supposed to be like a shared universe, right? And like, what are the odds
Yeah.
that you would run
Uploading
into
planets.
someone, right?
It's like the Oasis.
Yes, but every planet was shitty and
Yeah.
not actually like
There's only 3
cultivated
colors
with cool stuff on it.
in the
Maybe
Oasis
it's just
somehow.
like a selling point because it seems like you could play that game indefinitely. And so it just seems like a very expansive universe that you'll never, I guess, run out of.
Yeah, it was a frustrating game. I never felt like I was getting more powerful in any way. I was like, my ship can hold a bit more. I can mine a rock a little faster.
I have a question about a game.
So what?
Yeah.
So I brought my Switch on the airplane when I went to Raleigh this weekend, and I played Stardew Valley. What do you
Huge fan.
What do you do in that game?
I pointed at Gavin when I said
I
huge fan.
spent like 2 hours just like chopping rocks up.
You do everything in that game. That game is amazing.
You can plant stuff, you can farm stuff, you can go in the mines, you can find gems and
But
shit.
am I doing that right? Where you literally just like spend days just chopping shit like in your little area there,
Yeah.
and then you go to sleep
well,
and then
first,
you wake
yeah,
up and
you
chop
arrive.
more shit?
Yeah.
You arrive on the farm and it's a big old shithole.
Yeah.
Tidy it up.
Do you just spend like days tidying it up?
Yeah.
Not days, but until you run out of energy, and then just start planting shit and farming.
Barb, can I make a recommendation on where to start?
Yeah, please.
Don't. Just don't. Because that game is it's exactly what they said. You're just hitting rocks in the mine or watering the
I
same
mean, it did
fucking
pass
plant.
the time really well.
you
That's
also-
a good thing.
It does.
You played
That's your
Minecraft.
life, though. What?
You played Minecraft.
I did.
It's like a more robust
But
farming part of Minecraft.
I also have a follow-up question. So I played for a while, and my inventory got full very quick. So I put it in that little box that's next to your house.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do you get the stuff back from
No,
that
that's
box?
you're selling it.
Yeah.
Put it in that box.
Are you really?
Yeah, the guy comes at night and takes it all and sells it. You should have gotten a report in the morning telling you all your stuff was sold.
Wait,
Is it to the right of the house?
You can build.
You
the
can make
chest,
your own
but
box.
that's the sell box.
That's the sell
like
box.
The mayor comes by every
Well,
night.
shit, because I got some really cool shit, and I put it in that box thinking, oh, I'll just store it here for safekeeping.
Nope.
bet you got some gold. What did you sell?
I got some like cool gemstones. and-
I think
Trevor.
that's the point of them, really, is to sell them.
He's gone. She sold Trevor. He's gone now. So, does the Switch have multiplayer?
I
Because
don't think
PC has
so.
multiplayer.
I don't think so.
I don't
finally-
think
don't
it's
think so.
yet. I think
I've been
it's
playing with
coming
Ashley.
soon.
By
so-
the way, that would be wicked in real life.
Multiplayer Switch?
No, like an eBay box.
Oh.
Bung stuff in it and it gets sold, and you just get left with money. That would be class.
It's like this is just an option to your fucking refrigerated box.
That's also an amazing idea.
Those,
Cold deliveries.
Those businesses actually existed. They were in retail locations. You would take an item in, and they would sell it on eBay.
Well,
for you.
there's a running joke, not a running joke. There's a joke in the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin of the woman
Yes.
who works at a store called "We sell your stuff on eBay."
I was going to say Bridesmaids, but it was 40-Year-Old Virgin.
There was a very
all
brief,
those businesses failed.
there was a very brief window in time where that was a business and those places existed.
they all
No, but I
failed.
think it's a great idea if everyone had these boxes and then there was like a global inventory of all the stuff and you go on there, it's like, this cheap shit. And it's like, oh, go to this address, get that out of the box, leave this money.
It's called the internet.
No.
Those
No.
stores defeated the purpose. It's like you create these decentralized systems so anybody can sell anything, but then these people are trying to put themselves in between in the process. Like, no. You give us the stuff and then we'll take care of it.
You could also
But I
just give
feel
it
like-
to Goodwill and get a tax break.
No, but I feel like this is a good way to avoid all the people.
But sell your stuff?
You just put stuff in your box and you list it.
What are you selling?
Like an old laptop or something?
No, I would never in a million years sell an old laptop.
I'd pull the hard drive off. Out.
Yeah,
But
maybe,
the actual rest of
maybe.
it, you could
I
sell
saw-
for like an old MacBook. You could get like a few hundred for it.
Yeah, no, you could. MacBooks hold their value fairly well.
Yeah.
Especially when the new ones come out and they're shitty.
I saw the fucking dumbest headline ever today. It was on, I think it was on Mashable, and the headline was like,
What's the dumbest headline ever? Go, Gavin.
and it's related to something you were just talking about.
Woman's womb falls out in supermarket.
That was not related at all to anything you talked about.
MacBook found in woman's vagina.
We were talking about MacBooks.
Mine would be man eats own neck. That'd be the dumbest headline ever.
It was
Man becomes Tiki.
it was something along the lines of, don't forget to wipe your iPhone before reselling it, otherwise you could become the victim of identity theft.
Duh.
I was like, well, yeah, no shit. Like, did you
Don't
really?
hand someone your ID.
Did you really write Did you really write a fucking 500-word article about this?
I guarantee you there's a lot of people in this world who sell their iPhone and don't think about cleaning it or
Yeah, and they had like a horror story from someone who sold their iPhone.
They found all my pictures on it
Right,
and
like-
my emails and
And I guess like the person who bought their iPhone sent them a friend request on Facebook from their other account and then accepted it via the person's iPhone.
that was connected to
that was still logged into their Facebook.
Honestly, when you first started talking, I thought you meant physically wipe it with a cloth. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, well yeah, that too.
because the fingerprint
Lift the fingerprint off.
identity.
Did you guys see what happened today in Guardians of the Galaxy world?
Yes.
Galaxy? Yeah, the entire
actors-
cast, primary cast. There was one person I didn't recognize in there. Palm somebody?
She plays the alien with the little bing bing.
Gotcha. Okay. Didn't know her name. They all sent a letter in support of James Gunn, and they want him back on
Makes sense. He's already deep into writing it.
the franchise. Yeah.
It's because those tweets he made 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, because the jokes he made on Twitter 10
It's
years
crazy
ago.
that was there the entire time through the first two movies. Sat dormant.
He's even brought it up in the past.
Oh, it's been brought up to him too.
Yeah, and he's made statements and apologized for it years ago.
And he never deleted them.
No, he just
So he stood by the
Well,
past
people-
version of
I mean,
himself.
it exists.
it exists, right? People know about it. When you delete it, then it starts to look maybe like you're hiding it or covering it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And
People seem less keen to joke about certain subjects. Like some
yeah,
subjects,
I would say so.
well, they're just becoming more and more off limits. Even 5 years ago, let alone 10.
Yeah. I watched season 1 of Red versus Blue, and there were some words we used in season 1 of Red versus Blue I wouldn't use today. R word, wouldn't use that today. Especially after our time that we spent in the Special Olympics, I just wouldn't use it again today.
But you wouldn't go back. You wouldn't delete the episode.
No, I wouldn't
'Cause
do
it's
that.
from that time.
I wouldn't do that. But there's certainly a point in time, I don't know when it could be, where someone could say, hey, look at these episodes of this thing you made 15, 20 years ago. You shouldn't have a career anymore. And be like, oh, yeah, this guy, what is he doing? Get him out of here. Because that's essentially what happened. I mean, wasn't he working films for Troma, James Gunn, back then? I mean,
That sounds somewhat familiar.
yeah.
So yeah, he needed to be in that mindset
Yeah,
all the time.
exactly, all the time.
because it's a different audience.
Yeah, but it's to me the part that bugs me the most about it in this particular case is that Disney fired him because he did something in the past that doesn't hold up to their standards today. But if that's the case for Disney, they shouldn't market about a quarter of their films before 1990, maybe even some
Oh,
after.
right,
1990.
yeah.
There are
Like-
some horribly racist things. And
Fantasia is a great example.
Well,
Fantasia
they've
has some,
recut Fantasia severely from the original
but why do
version.
they get to recut it and keep selling it if
Yeah.
it, because that's an old thing that they did so they shouldn't be able to sell that movie and market that movie anymore.
Have you ever seen those videos, like the original version of Fantasia compared to?
Just look up a racist Fantasia.
I don't think I've seen it.
I would not. We're not going to play those videos on our podcast.
Did they edit out the boner that the priest has in The Little Mermaid, or is that still in there?
I think that got edited.
Okay, because at first I was like, maybe it's just like in the animation and see like a little bump or whatever. No, he has a full-on hard-on in that movie.
Full on?
Full on. It's just like flopping around in there.
Is it full on or is it flopping?
It's flawn on.
Also,
Got a chub? Half mast?
people make jokes.
Full mast.
They make different jokes, I assume, based on how big they are, how well known they are. If he had way less followers and was way less well known, you're going to throw out some more offensive stuff, I assume.
Yeah,
Well, sure, if you have a huge audience.
Patton Oswalt I think he wrote something recently kind of on that topic about how when he was younger and like just starting as a comic that he acknowledges that he made jokes for shock value just to try to get people to pay attention to him. He's like I apologize for them. I made them at the time. He said those are things I don't believe anymore, and I was a different person. I was trying to shock people and get a rise out of people and try to get attention. That way I could, become more well known.
And if you're really offended by that content, isn't the best possible thing that can happen that person stops doing that content?
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like to be like, oh, I shouldn't do that anymore. I've changed. I'm not going to do that anymore. And then to still fire him is a very interesting decision.
After things 10 years ago.
He already said that he was like, that's not him anymore.
Right.
It's crazy.
But I don't think anyone would read those tweets and not know that he's joking. They are bad jokes. They're not that funny.
I mean, they're just like shock value jokes.
They're very clearly jokes. They don't seem like they're serious in any way whatsoever. I haven't read all of them, but I read enough of them to where I felt like, yeah, these are just a bunch of jokes. And the thing that I always come back to is comedy always gets attacked for like, oh, you can't joke about this, can't joke about that. But to me, comedy has always felt like it makes light of very dark subjects. Like there's nothing funny about the inherently good things in our lives. Like a guy with a great wife who lives in a big house and has a wonderful family. There's nothing funny about that.
You could relate to the negativity and the struggles that people have.
Yeah, you just can't make fun of it. You can't. There's nothing because it's already great to begin with. It's like you have to talk about like things like people who are depressed, or like Seinfeld is a whole thing about neuroses, or problems that people create with a misunderstanding. You know what I mean? It's all from conflict or from something dark.
Yeah,
that's what you turn around. That's what makes it comedy to begin with.
Stuff going wrong or like not as it would hope to have gone, like tragedy and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's only when people discuss or make jokes about your thing, then it upsets people. But they'll laugh at all the other jokes,
And on the flip side, wasn't Trump's response to bragging about grabbing a woman by the pussy that it was just a joke? It was just like locker room talk.
Locker room talk.
And then he was elected president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talked about this last week on the podcast.
Oh, you did?
When you guys were all away, we talked about how that I've never, like, the conversations I have with my friends, my guy friends, are not, like, we don't sit around talking like that.
About that, yeah.
Yeah, or like, oh, I was with this girl last night. Blah, blah, blah. But however, women, when they all get together, it's like, if my, fiance goes out to brunch with her friends, I know they know everything about me in bed by the end of that. I just accept that that's the case. So, but the guys, as far as I know, I've known Gus and Gavin for over a decade, 2 decades.
2 decades,
for you.
Yeah.
The amount of our sexual conversations that we've had are just.
Have we ever? I don't think we've ever had one. I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't think so either.
But I still told more
like,
on the podcast about.
Oh yeah.
I still feel like if I was to say to you, oh, I just grabbed some stranger by her vagina, you wouldn't be like, "Wait."
You'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
You'd be like, you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
As you should.
There was on last night, I don't know if anybody else watches that show, they talked about sexual harassment in the workplace and about how it's like this ongoing thing that we've talked about for decades about how we're going to end it and how we're going to stop it. And they talk about like this argument that people make, like, or that men make, like, oh, well then we're not going to, I'm scared to hire women at this point, or I don't want to be alone with a woman. It's like, I've worked in offices I've worked in an office with you alone before. It's like, that's something I've never thought about. That's something that's never crossed my mind. It's like,
it's really not hard to A, keep your hands to yourself, and B, don't make comments about someone's body or sex life.
If that's a line you're worried about crossing in your mind, like, the problem's with you, dude.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way about what Henry Cavill said?
I don't know what he said.
What did he say?
He did an interview with GQ, I believe, and he was saying that he is at a point in his life, paraphrasing here, probably getting some stuff wrong. He's at a point in his life and where society is today that he won't date any women that he doesn't know already. He'll only date either women he's dated previously, exes,
Or like friends.
or people he knows very personally. He would never, at this point in his life, ever try to establish a relationship with a new
Just
woman.
because he doesn't want allegations of any
Yeah.
sort.
Or like a misunderstanding.
Date your exes. That sounds like a great
And
strategy.
then, of course, the tweet storm that hit him after he made those comments were, what's the matter? You can't tell the difference between, being creepy and, going out with somebody? You must be a rapist. So it's like, here he is getting
God.
all that horrible feedback that he was worried about getting, which is why he was making the comment of why he wouldn't date someone he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good-looking
That's-
dude.
He's a good looking dude. Did you see the new Mission Impossible movie?
Did.
I haven't seen it yet. I really want to see it.
See, in that?
I heard that the mustache
Yes.
is completely unnecessary to the movie, so they could have shaved the mustache.
Wait, it wasn't that they wanted it for his character, I assume. I assume it's because they'd already started shooting.
Yeah, they
hadn't
were already, yeah.
they just didn't want it
He
to
should have
vanish.
known better, though. He should
They
have
should have
said
just had a scene with him shaving one day.
exactly.
Although he has the ability to grow a beard in 1 second.
It's a lot easier if you do reshoots in Mission Impossible to do, your scenes like this. Hey, Ethan Hunt, get over here, you son of a bitch.
I didn't think the mustache stuff in Justice League was that distracting.
I didn't think so either, but I think people make a big deal about it.
Yeah, it was
I'm with
fine.
you.
It was fine.
They called it-
If you look at it in a still, like there's a couple of stills that circulate, yeah, it looks bad in those stills. If you watch it in motion throughout the film, it's fine. It's fine. They did a fine job.
I think if people didn't know about it, they might not even have noticed.
Right, yeah.
Is it better or worse than the fake baby in American Sniper?
I never saw American
The fake
Sniper.
paper.
Or is that the movie? That's the movie?
Yeah,
American
you're right.
Sniper?
The Bradley Cooper movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she's like cuddling a baby that's clearly a doll.
A doll,
And she's
yeah.
like moving its head. Ugh.
Mission Impossible was crazy.
So
we can't.
creepy.
It's not been long enough to talk about it, but Tom Cruise is a machine.
Did you see, I think Rotten Tomatoes did a study where they tried to figure out if the more Tom Cruise runs in a film, if it's better. And they determined that like if he runs more than a certain distance, it's better for the film in the box office and in the critic score. I'll see if I can find
like
it real
distance
fast.
run?
Not like time spent running?
No, they did this calculation where they figured that they did an estimate, like they estimated he was running a 6-minute mile, and then they timed the amount of time he was running on screen to try to figure out how far he ran in each of his films.
I want to know the longest distance he's ran.
The longest distance he ran was in Mission Impossible 3. He ran 3,200 feet.
I was doing a lot of rooftops in that one, wasn't he?
3,200 feet.
Yeah.
So 2/3 of a mile ish.
Yeah.
3/5 of a mile.
Damn.
And yeah, if he runs over,
It's like 2 laps around track, sprinting.
if he runs over 1,001 feet, the films he's done in the past, the average international box office is $538 million, and on average, it's 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. If he doesn't run, average international box office, $153 million, average Rotten Tomato score, 63.5%.
Whoa.
I imagine it's the same. You could say the same for Matt Damon. Like, if the government spends a certain amount of money to try and find him in the movie, it's a better movie.
You were
he had a big run like
reminding me
that.
of something that I forgot to talk about. Did I talk about this in the podcast last week that I dreamed about Liam Neeson? All right, here's my dream about Liam Neeson. I dreamed about the new Taken. I in my bed in the dream it was Taken 4. I don't know what Taken we're on at this point in
Is
time.
there another Taken coming out?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't think so.
No, I don't know. Something came up and I was
I've seen 3.
watching Taken 4 and it was coming out. And I was watching the movie. It was out.
taken in these movies.
Right. So it's always his daughter. I don't know. I've only seen the first one, but I assume it's his daughter gets taken every time. So this one was he was searching for his daughter. And I remember very specifically there was a scene in which he's in the snow and he's following tire tracks and then they're just gone. They're like the tire tracks just end.
The tracks were taken?
They're end. They end.
Like it's a hover car.
Missing at that point. So in my brain, dream brain, where it just goes, connects things like, oh, these two things make sense together. But later on, you're like, how the fuck did that?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
was I in the locker room and then I was in a hot air balloon? But as soon as I saw that the train tracks disappeared, I was like, his daughter was abducted by aliens. So then Liam Neeson had to go into space and get his daughter back from aliens. Now I want to see that movie.
That would be better than
That's
Taken
freaking
3,
awesome.
honestly.
That's like the new Indiana Jones.
Where else
movie.
can they go? He's got to go. She gets abducted by aliens. Perfect fit. Off she goes into space.
Didn't he get taken in one of them? Or like the parents got taken?
I don't know.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
And then I think the writing got taken from Taken 3. Is Tekken 3 the one where he jumps over a fence, but it cuts like 12 times?
Yeah, they do like 18
Like
cuts.
mid-jump?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like crossing the axis and everything. It's completely bonkers.
Eric, can I ask you to look up something on the internet? Might take you some time to look at it. It's in the Impossible Mission, Mission Impossible, sorry, trailer.
I was like, this is so
Mission Impossible 6, trailer number 2. You might have to look up the exact time code of this, but there's an illusion where Henry Cavill appears to grow a beard spontaneously.
he
Like
talked
1
about
second.
that.
Yeah, I just mentioned that.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I think I was over here looking it up when you were talking about it.
It's so weird. I assume it's like a lighting
It's gotta be a lighting thing.
Have you seen that?
No.
It's where he's in the bathroom and he
punches?
reloads his fist. It's like
And it looks
then-
like he grows a beard.
like a big beard pops out. It's not like a long beard. It just all of his 5 o'clock shadow goes.
Is it intentional?
I think it's just the light. It's a
Somebody on
weird
Twitter
thing.
figured it out, and it really is. You look at it like, what in the hell am I looking at?
Here, let me read this before we.
All
we
right,
get
go
to
read.
that.
It's gonna take them a while to find it. I'm sure.
So I want to remind everyone, this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by.
You going to RTX?
I am going to RTX.
I'll
you?
be there.
I'm gonna go.
Do you guys see the app yet?
What's that?
The app.
Did your dad get
We
to work?
talked about the app all last week when Bethany was on.
It's awesome.
Kudos to your dad
And my mom.
and your mom. She's
Yeah,
working
they're
on it
working
now.
on it together. My mom does a lot of the proofreading. And
Dude, it is so good. Like, there's this list of places to eat in Austin. That caused like a 40-minute.
you do know that has been on the app every single year since we started it, right?
But the map now with the little logos and everything, that's new, right? With like the Austin Convention Center is a big blowout
yeah,
logo.
I think we had like simple ones, like a little house icon
Right.
and stuff.
Now it's like super cool.
Is it the most downloaded Jewish app that we make?
God Lord. Gavin.
We-
Why? Why?
Can you bring it up, Eric, on the monitor for them
What do you
so
got?
Barbara can see the thing you're asking about?
Oh, the beard?
Henry Cavill thing? Can we show this? Legal?
We also have another app
But yes,
that's coming
people
out
need to download it, too.
later this week ahead of RTX. The augmented reality app that we've been working on.
Is it the?
Can I download that right now?
No, it's not out yet. It'll be out soon.
We'll put it out before you talk.
Do we know? Can we say the name of it?
RTX Experience? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it RT Experience?
No, RTX Experience. So you can look at augmented reality versions of some of our animated characters and take photos with them.
Can we say some of the characters that will be in it? There's just one,
We
I
have
think.
said Ruby is in it.
Okay.
I don't know if we said anything else. You can probably say whatever. I'm sure it doesn't matter.
Well, I know what it was pitched with, but I haven't. Oh, here he is. He just grows a beard out of nowhere. Boom.
He grows a shirt pocket.
Nah, the shirt pocket was there.
No, that's a new shirt pocket. What's happening?
What? Is it?
There's so much going on. He reloads his fists and grows a beard and a shirt pocket all at the same time.
Also, it looks like
I'm going to try it. I had a pocket.
how'd that work out
I
for you?
mean, it looks like in the reflection, the sweat stain on his back is consistent, so it's all one shot.
Yep.
It's just an illusion.
So
I think they might have used computers.
He said that.
if I was around Tom Cruise that close, I'd grow a beard that fast. I'm sure.
He,
All that
he said
testosterone?
that getting into shape for Superman was a completely different experience to training for Mission Impossible. Because for Superman, he doesn't really have to do a lot of physical
Right.
combat.
Stunty, right?
Because he just stands there and
stands
doesn't
there,
get hurt. He just has
stares.
to look really, really big and fit. But in Mission Impossible, it was so physical. He said it was like a completely different story for getting into shape for that movie.
How would you feel if you were an actor in a Marvel movie or one of these big movies, and you're basically just training? Like, that's your job up
Yeah.
until you film the movie. It's just training, and so you just have a
Chris
personalized-
Hemsworth. Is he the one who plays Thor? Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, on the set of the first Thor movie, he would just carry people around on set so that he would stay pumped.
to get like weightlifting.
He would just literally just carry people around with him. It was like a
Jeez.
funny thing that got to be like kind of a running joke.
But I just can't imagine that being your whole life for months.
No.
And
Months
usually,
months.
it's just for like a specific portion of the shoot as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
if
like
you're a superhero and you just have one shirtless scene, it's pretty much all for that
But
scene.
watching people
Well,
like
have you heard
Gal
like the
Gadot
Hugh
do it.
Jackman stuff?
Yeah.
Like when he's shirtless for Wolverine, like he'll dehydrate himself to make his muscles stand out even more.
Whatever he's
miserable.
doing, it works.
Yeah, that's fucking
It's-
crazy.
But also unhealthy.
Hugh Jackman goes show for like guys building that too, especially because he was a little bit older when he started. It just takes so long to do it. Like the amount of time between the first time he appeared as Wolverine in an X-Men movie and then I think it was the one before Logan, because it wasn't especially like not the same aesthetic in Logan. What was the one right before Logan?
Is it Days of Future Past?
Maybe so, but he was like
Was he in-
unbelievably
he was in that.
ripped in that. It's the one where the mobsters come in at the beginning and I think attack is with their
Oh,
daughter.
That is Days of Future Past.
Is it Days of Future Past? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, it's so different. And the way he says it, he goes, oh, well, that director just wanted a more kind of like cartoonish comic book version of my physique. So I just got in that kind of shape. It's like, no, dude.
You just got in that shape.
When you just look at him in the original X-Men movie, it's just like, it just looks like a dude cosplaying Wolverine, honestly, and not doing very well at it.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, he's just this monster of a human. It's just crazy.
Big old veins.
Yeah.
Popping.
Like, and I think Zac Efron, we've talked about this before on the podcast. Zac Efron said he's getting his like super ab, like ripped shape. You basically have a window and you tell him when you want him to be in that shape and he'll get into that shape and you get like 3 days with him in that shape. And then you got to get all your shots in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like he trains himself or does he work with someone?
I think a lot of it's like water retention, like just losing water
Yeah.
for that really ripped look. And we all know this. I mean, it's one of the truest things ever. Being on camera does add a weight to you. It really does do it. And so actors, like when you see them ripped on camera, I can't imagine what they look like in real life. They probably look scary.
I've had a lot of people tell me when I meet them at conventions or in person somewhere, they go, oh my God, you're so much smaller than I thought you were. I was like, God, how big do I look on a fucking podcast?
It happens. you
Like
know.
tall?
They think I look skinnier and taller in person.
I get taller all the time.
Yeah.
Or people tell me that I'm
We're-
taller. than
we're
they
a tall
think.
group.
Taller in person.
Yeah.
We're a tall group. So most people are like, most of the guys are like running around 6 feet.
I'm the shortest one out of all four of us, but I'm 5'9". So
I get told that I sound more British in person, and also my nose is bigger in person or smaller, depending on who I'm talking to.
to me,
I always
my
get more
nose is
American.
Totally normal size.
Honestly, it was always pretty normal to me growing
Yeah.
up.
All of a sudden.
The when we go to RTX London, especially, I get told that we sound way more American.
I wonder why that is.
Just it's something about the seeing it on the screen is different, or hearing it over speakers.
Or all of a sudden, when you're around them in their city, in their culture, all of a sudden it's more noticeable, whether like compared to watching it just on YouTube or whatever it is. I don't
like
know.
contextually, it makes sense to
Yeah,
have.
maybe that's why you sound more British in person because
this
you're just
accent.
with us right now.
Yeah.
You play off of
Maybe
it.
it's the difference between like listening to people have the conversation versus them talking directly to you,
Mm-hmm.
and like in being engaged in that conversation one on one.
Yeah.
Maybe something like
Maybe
that.
eye contact just makes them uncomfortable.
Eye
They
contact
start
makes me
like hyper
uncomfortable.
listening.
I always never know what to do if someone I'm meeting is like talking about how they're like nervous to be meeting me. I'm like, should I not make eye contact then? Because I don't want to make people more nervous.
Right.
But I'm like, oh, like I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Should I just like look down and not like?
No, you should make it worse. Just like lean into it.
Yeah. What do you think of this?
I just pull my dress over my head. That's what I do because I get scared. So
Your dress?
you never had a friend who did that as a little kid? Like my friend had a daughter, and whenever she got nervous, she would pull her dress up over her face.
Oh.
So that she wouldn't have to see other people.
Make sure her face isn't showing.
Yeah. Their mom goes, put your dress down.
It's the ultimate camouflage. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. So
It's got to be a common thing.
I wish there was. This is also like another feature request, but this one's for the human body, right? It's really hot right now, and walking from
Oh, God.
like stage 2 to stage 5, if you walk outside, it's like maybe 90 seconds of walking in 40-degree heat. But at that point, my body thinks, oh, getting pretty warm. We should probably start sweating it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that I don't need the sweat because I know I'm going to be in the air conditioning in like a minute. So I wish I could just
Like
postpone it.
override.
Yeah, and then I'd get cool on my own. Instead, I arrive and I'm just like dripping wet.
Maybe you're already reaching the danger point and you don't know. Your body's saving you.
Like if
Yeah.
I postponed it, I would just collapse
Right.
in like 1 minute of walking in the
Right.
sun.
I saw an ad for something.
What baby?
on Facebook. I don't know if it's real or not, but it was a device that you put on, kind of like a watch, and it goes on your wrist, and it could cool your body.
Oh, I saw that.
It's like activates some type of like
Was it
area.
like chill your blood or
It
something?
chills like as if putting an ice cube on your wrist or something, because it's like a area.
Does that work?
It seems scammy. We should buy
does.
them and find out.
Well, no better place to
Eric,
test
buy
it.
them. Wrist air conditioners.
air
Can we?
conditioning.
I don't know
Can we
if
crank
it was
them really
called
low?
that.
And you just be like,
Nah, I'm sure
shivering?
You can put
It's
it on
like
my head like with the
wrist
thing
cooling
and
device.
fry my brain again.
The wrist cooling system by Ember Labs.
Turned it so hard.
It hurts so bad, dude. I don't even know how to describe that pain.
What happened?
When you put the thing on me and cranked it,
Oh, you
Oh.
cranked. He cranked it.
No,
I, didn't
I
crank
did,
it. I would
but
never
it-
do that.
I
Is this
thought-
it, Mab?
There's no way they could have made it that dangerous.
I don't know if that is
it was like a searing
front
lance
picture?
through my skull.
Yeah, that's it.
I felt bad, but I was like, there's no way it could do any
It
damage.
did something.
Are you permanent? Any
Have
permanent
you
damage?
gotten a CAT scan recently?
I should.
This is a picture of my face on your brain.
Okay, I don't know. Does this happen to you guys? The older you get, the more like weird things on your body you find, the more you're convinced you have cancer or some
Found a
type of.
second penis.
Me too.
Like what? Like a lump?
Like a lump, or
She's
if like
got a
something
second penis.
swollen, or if there's like something that's like discolored all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it's
inevitable.
Real fear.
Yeah.
It's just like Trevor was feeling the back of my ears yesterday.
Kinky.
And like he noticed that I had a bump here, which I thought I always had, but then I started rethinking. I was like, maybe I didn't always have that.
Is it like one of your glands?
It's like right on the bone behind your ear. One is
Oh.
a little bumpy right here. It kind of just feels like the bone is like dented.
So it's bone. It's like your jawbone.
I don't know.
Ear cancer.
But then it's like, do I
Checking. I'm good.
Audience at home, check your jaw lumps.
Honestly though, you should constantly check these. What are they called again?
Your lymph nodes?
Lymph nodes. That's the one. Because if they're swollen, you should get those checked out.
I don't know if they're swollen or not, though. It's going to be my regular lymph nodes.
That's why you got to get a baseline right now.
you gotta
What about-
and then when they're
always
swollen,
check.
you know.
What about the nodes that you can't check?
Nobody knows.
What does lymph do? Where's lymph go?
Lymphatic system?
Yeah. It's part of your immune system.
It drains into the blood.
You get lymph.
If you cool down your lymphs with a wristband, you don't get as hot.
Has anyone ever had a lymph transfusion? I can't say it.
It's a weird word. Lymph.
Lymph.
It needs some vowels.
It does. Lymph.
It's like nymph.
That needs some vowels too.
Okay.
Now, lymph is weird.
What would be the
It
weirdest?
sounds like you're starting to say a word and you give up.
Lymph biscuits.
Lymph.
What would be the weirdest transplant?
Guy eats his own neck. What? Weirdest transplant. The face transplants are pretty weird.
I would
Face is weird, but
Poop transplants, those are weird.
say
That's
like
weird.
lip transplant would be weird. Like you eat someone else's lips all of a
I
sudden.
think
What about a tongue transplant?
I think
like it would be
shins.
like misshapen and you would bite it by accident.
Ugh.
Like it'd be a different size than you're used to.
Yeah.
I woke myself up in the middle of the
Would
night because I
things
bit my
taste different?
tongue the other day.
Would things taste
What a
different to you?
fucking dumb way to wake yourself
what
up.
you like eating in your
no,
sleep?
I just like I was asleep. Then I woke up. I was like, "Ow! I bit my tongue."
Maybe
like
you-
no reason.
Maybe you clench your teeth and your tongue just got in the way.
Maybe, but that's so.
Maybe Esther decked you in
But-
the jaw.
That's like a fucking
That's what I would do if
dumb-
I slept next to you.
So if you had someone else's tongue though, would you taste things
right.
differently?
Like, would you realize that you've been tasting things wrong?
Nah.
Oh.
It's all
Like,
signals.
would I finally like cucumbers if I had a different tongue?
Now you got the same brain.
No, like if you had an eye
what if
transplant, you might see color differently.
Is that
If
processed
the-
in the eye or in the brain?
Well, if like your receptors and like
all
cones
signals.
are
I would
functioning
think
differently.
that's in your brain.
I think it's your brain. I think it's all your brain.
You think it's only your brain?
I think it's your brain. All of
Brain
it.
transplant's weirdest then.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question when you bite your tongue. Because I did the thing where I bit my lip. I bit my lip, Barb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you
and
do?
I bit my lip. And
Did it turn off?
I got a little place where my lip was bitten. And then I kept biting it
Oh,
again and
I
again.
hate
What'd you bite?
that.
My lip.
Well, because the defense system for biting the inside of your mouth is to make a big ball that swells up that you bite a lot.
Then
It doesn't really.
you keep biting it.
It might be one of the worst defense
It's like a
systems.
snack.
I also feel like when I bite my lip, and I'm in the middle of chewing, and I bite my lip. I feel like I have a huge physical reaction that everyone must be able to see. It clearly bit his lip.
Could you recreate it for us?
Like if I'm chewing, chew, and I just go like, I can't really recreate it because I do this, like that. Like I throw my mouth open,
yeah.
but don't open my lips, but I throw my jaw open,
Yeah.
and my head goes up like that.
Well, it makes sense.
But I never see anyone else making that motion.
Maybe you've never seen anyone do
Because
it.
it's not very common to bite your
often do you
lip.
bite
I
your
bite my
lip?
lips all the time, and I don't know. Sometimes.
I think I bit my lip once in the last like 6 months.
I don't think I bit my tongue until I was 8.
Yeah, well, that's why I was so shocked in the middle of the night.
I bite my tongue all the time.
Fucking stupid. Stupid ass body. How is that even possible? That's dumb. That's
Do you
poor
ever
design.
dream that you were eating something good?
No. Like
steak?
or anything.
tongue?
I got woken up. I was having a little kip, and I woke up because I heard a really loud noise, but it was in my ear.
What?
It was
Oh.
like a loud, like ear popping blasting sound. But then I was like, did my ears just pop, or did I dream a really loud noise that woke me up? Which is weird because I've jolted awake from dreams when it's like I get hit by a car or like I fall off a train or something. But for a loud fictional noise to wake you up in the real world
That's stupid.
is weird.
Yeah.
So,
brains are stupid.
In my head, now I think maybe my ears just popped. But I was in my bed at no altitude.
For someone who travels a lot, I've been getting concerned that there's like long-term effects happening to my body,
Radiation.
like from
Definitely.
from the pressure of being in airplanes and stuff.
It's more like
Are you
the
under a lot of
shit
pressure? Like
flying through
stress?
the plane.
yeah. It's not. I wouldn't worry about
Air pressure, yeah.
the lack of pressure. Like it would be like living in Denver.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just worry because like my ears hurt a lot sometimes when I fly.
Have you tried not being a baby about it?
I don't know if I'd say that though, because everyone who's ever moved to Denver has died or is dying.
That's true. No one has ever survived Denver.
Nobody. Everyone who's ever been to Denver eventually died or is on their way to dying.
If you're there now,
That's
you are
true.
currently dying in Denver.
Here's why I don't worry about it. Pilots and flight crews fly way more than you do. And
Yeah.
as much as I hate to say it, they're kind of like guinea pigs. And if they all start dropping dead, then I'd start to worry about it.
That
Maybe
is kind of
fly a
fine.
little less.
It's a good point. I didn't think of it that way.
I do find that older flight attendants are weirder, though.
Dude, if you lived in a tin can your whole life, you'd be fucking weird too. It's a shitty job being a flight
I
attendant.
had
It's
a
a very
weird-
competitive job, though.
Oh yeah, you get free travel, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, I guess, yeah.
And also, I hear that there's like a lot of competition getting like first class.
Yeah, I would
service,
imagine.
Or like international services, because apparently like that's like the top you could get. But I had a weird experience on a flight on my way to LA actually for this RT LA opening. I was upgraded because I've been getting a lot of miles, so I was lucky enough to get a seat in the business class area. And usually people there tend to be seasoned travelers.
Pricks.
Most
Definitely
of the
pricks.
time,
Pricks.
pricks.
Pricks to each other, but in general, they kind of keep it themselves.
Keep it
and don't go
themselves.
unnoticed, yeah.
So I got on the plane, and there was a woman who boarded after me who had a dog with her, and she was talking about how it was the first time this dog has flown, and blah,
What
blah,
kind of
blah.
dog?
I don't know, just like some small.
Was it a service
Dog.
dog?
It was-
Is every dog a service dog?
It wasn't
now?
a service dog.
Okay.
It was
Flat-faced
in.
dog, or did it have a snout?
I think it was flat.
Okay.
face.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't see. It was in a carrier, so I wasn't 100% sure.
Okay.
But they brought it on, and it was quiet while people were boarding, and then all of a sudden, someone else came on board with a dog, and this dog, I guess, saw it and started barking at it. It wasn't super loud. It only lasted for maybe a minute or so as the dog was like passing by. There was a couple in front of me, and it was clearly one of those rich prick couples who the woman I think was probably 45, but she looked like she was 60 because she was leather from all the tanning and like all the expensive things that she's been given in her life by her husband.
Wow.
Damn, what if she was the money bread
Oh no,
maker?
you could tell the dynamic that they had was
The
definitely
privilege was leaking, you could tell? Okay,
Yeah. And so they hear the dog barking, and they're right in front of me, so I could hear everything they're saying. And they go, "Are dogs allowed on first class?"
Oh, really? Wow.
Like loudly, to the point where everyone could hear them. And they're like, "Ugh," scoffing. And the dog keeps barking. And the guy turns around and turns back, and he's facing forward while he says this. He goes, "Shut that thing up. Shut that damn thing up."
Wow.
He's like
Wow.
yelling.
Jeez.
And then the guy next to this woman gets up to put his bag up, and he's like, "Hey, shut that thing up." And he goes, "Dude, it's not my dog." And he's like, "I don't care. Shut it up."
what
the
a fucking
fuck?
lunatic,
And
dude.
the guy who was there, who's like, "Don't be a dick." And the flight attendant was like, "Are we gonna solve this, or is someone gonna have to leave right now?" And I was
they would
sitting
already
there
be
sitting
off
like,
if I was the
Leave,
flight
leave,
attendant.
leave. Get him
what is
off.
going on? And so the whole flight, I was so distracted by this couple because she was probably 6 drinks in
Yeah.
and
Nice.
dancing, and like they were making out, and I think he had his hand down her pants at one point. And I was
They
like,
sound lovely.
When you got to me on that?
I was just staring at them the entire flight, and the flight attendant kept coming up to me, and he's just like, "Girl, I feel you." He's like, I cannot get over the looks you're giving them."
The couple was
When,
Wild.
when
Yeah.
he had his hand down her pants, he should have said, "Shut that thing up." Shut it up.
Well, I wanted to go over them and be like, "Hey, you guys are 10 times as annoying as that dog was for a minute."
Is
So.
fingering allowed in first class?
It was just so bizarre.
Hey, speaking of first class, want to remind everyone this episode of the Rooster Teeth podcast is also brought to you by.
They are great. There's
What's your,
even, like-
what's your favorite tea glass, Gavin? We didn't ask. you.
Oh, yeah.
Look, there's
look at
4
these.
of them.
Which is your favorite?
I'm gonna grab another beer. The other one's right.
Oh, yeah, turn
Oh.
that one around too so you can see
I
it.
like the black and white one.
Black and white.
Dude,
Y'all-
you're
y'all are so wrong.
So outvoted.
It's
Absolutely.
only because
That's my
I'm
favorite one
drinking
as
it and
well.
making it look good.
Is that what it is? I saw it on a shelf, so I don't know if I go to bragging about that. This one seems the most classic tiki, but I like the white and black one.
Yeah, honestly, I'm coming around to this one a lot more.
Come on, man. This is the best one.
That one's great too.
They're all good. I'm
Which one's the
taking these home
shittiest?
after the podcast. Yes, Eric, I'm taking
Who
them
are you
home.
going to mail them to?
Don't want to talk about it anymore.
You're the one who keeps talking about it.
I know, because I just don't. I'm talking about it because that's it.
Taking him home.
Putting my foot
You
down.
missed
repeat
what
that over
Gavin
and over.
said.
What did I say?
He said, "Who are you gonna mail it to?"
I got friends. I got friends who need glasses all over the place, Gavin. You don't even know.
I would send these to Mamrie Hart so she can make some drinks with them.
That would be a good use of promotional
You
cupware.
deserve a drink.
I don't know if that's a word or not. Just made that up.
Cupware, glassware.
Yeah. So
Tiki-ware?
the deal was the reason why I ended up sending that mug to Hannah was Hannah sent me a mug when she put out her book Buffering. She sent me a mug with it. It's a white mug with a blue interior. It's like church's color, that lightish blue.
Yeah.
I love it. I drink out of it every day. And I've told her every time I've seen her that I still drink out of that coffee mug. Like I think a year and a half, 2 years later, I still drink out of it every single day. And she also had one. There's like only 20 of them, and she broke hers. And I said, I'll send you mine. She goes, no. She goes, you always love that mug. She goes, I should probably get it from somebody else who probably just has it in the back of their cupboard.
Yeah.
And then I saw our I only drink at work mugs. I thought that's perfect for Hannah. And it's like got the same interior color that's different from the outside.
It's a good
Very
mug.
nice mug. So I sent
Too
it.
bad we'll never get photos of it.
Because listen, there's a photo. We just showed a photo right there.
Do you wash a mug every day?
No. Yes, I do.
Wait, what does that mean?
He says that you drinks out of it every day.
Yeah.
Do you just rinse it, or
I
do
just
you
rinse it with
fold?
water, yeah. I don't really like sit there and like, yeah. I mean, I do. I load my dishwasher on a regular basis.
With one mug.
Not with one mug, no. If the buffering mug, I'll do just rinse it out and wipe it down, and I have a little drying rack. You'd like it. It's very European. I have a drying rack.
Little,
I'm curious to see which mug the audience likes the best.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So if you're watching this live right now as a Rooster Teeth First member, you can go to roosterteeth.com/play to vote, and we'll have the
these 4?
options here. Yeah, it's out of these 4 Tiki mugs. I'm curious to see
Should we name them?
which I think we're calling Red Rooster, Green
Big Jim?
AH, White AH, and Brown Rooster.
Oh, that's not
That's,
okay.
I mean, that's very
We're
talented.
very limited in the number of characters, I think.
Oh, I gotcha. So we were talking earlier about 2 things. We were talking about jokes you can't make anymore.
Yep.
And
You gonna tell one now?
Liam Neeson.
Okay.
And that's a good example. Like Liam Neeson was on an episode of Extras, and I don't think there's any way he could make that appearance today.
There we go.
Oh,
I don't think I ever saw it.
Schindler's List.
No, yeah, it was where he's got full blown AIDS, and he keeps like he's improving with Ricky Gervais, and he just like keeps derailing it, and he keeps wanting to put an AIDS joke in, and Ricky
God.
Gervais is like, stop.
Yeah, Gervais is comedy. He sticks with his comedy, but yeah, it's pretty offensive too.
You guys,
Especially the old stuff.
you guys must be onto something.
I'm telling you, it's something about that mug. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's just
They're all good. Get them all.
I mean, they are all good.
Get that one.
This one will probably sell the best, though.
Man,
I'm surprised the Brown Rooster's not doing that well. It's in last place.
I think it looks a bit weird on camera. It looks a bit.
It does look like I
sheeny.
can
It
see
looks
that.
more
it's
brown
got
in
that shine.
person.
You can definitely see the darker tones here in
It
person.
looks like this one, but someone wiped their ass on it.
Gross.
Gavin,
I think they're going to write that on the store.
Yeah, it's a quote.
Okay. It would be on the box. Wow, you guys are killing it. You nailed it. I'm wrong. I for the first time ever, I'll admit it.
what's the second place? Red Rooster? Red Rooster's second place?
Yeah, but I mean by a wide margin.
Yeah.
The white H one. People like it. It's a good one. It's a good mug.
So I hope you're coming to RTX so you can get one. Yeah, I can't believe that's this weekend. I feel like it really snuck up all of a sudden.
I got in last night from a different convention, and as I was landing in Austin, I had the realization that RTX is this week.
Yeah.
Like this coming weekend is RTX.
Friday.
measure it in
Yeah,
hours.
your Friday is going to be at the convention
Thursday,
center.
basically.
Oh,
it
right,
starts
yeah.
for a lot of us. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Got Let's Play Live.
Yeah, the first night, all that
night.
stuff. Yeah, shit.
First night, we got some other stuff that we haven't yet talked about.
Yeah, I'm always excited for different things every year, but I think I'm most excited to watch our audience watch Bloodfest because we premiered it at South by Southwest, and that was really cool. But it was people who didn't really know us or us personally. So getting to watch the audience see Bloodfest, I think, is the thing I'm most excited for.
No, yeah.
Watch their reactions to it.
I'm super excited for a thing that I'm not allowed to mention what it is. It's on Thursday.
Well, you're actually not ruining something?
I know. This one would make a lot of work for somebody else if I ruined it.
When are we gonna find out what it is?
After RTX, we'll talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah. After we've had it. Well, probably on the RTX podcast, I'll talk about.
Okay.
'Cause it will have already taken place.
Yeah, so next week's podcast will be the live podcast from RTX.
Live podcast from RTX.
We're going to try out maybe a new segment.
Oh,
We'll
maybe
see.
so. Yeah. We'll see if we can make that work.
Yeah, we're working on it. And hopefully we'll have a good one finally. After 504 episodes.
I feel
we
great
should
about
finally have a
our
good one.
500th podcast.
Yeah, it was good.
That was a great
thought it went
live
really
one.
well.
Yeah.
I love those live ones.
I'm always.
I love the live ones that are in a room suited for it,
Yeah.
as opposed to like center stage at RTX where I can't hear what anyone's saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough the live ones like that. there's this constant. I don't know if I talked about this after we did episode 500, but there's this constant back and forth that I go through in my head where, we don't want to charge people money to come see it. Like, you should just be able to come see it. But if we do that, then people just take the tickets and not show up.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what's the right amount? We did $5, and there were still some people who didn't show up. So it's like, should we charge more, or should we have a standby
You're
line?
always gonna have people who don't show up though.
Yeah, or should we have a standby line outside? But it's like, then I don't want people waiting in the heat for hours.
Can I be fair? Didn't we also announce it like 8 days before the event?
It's still sold out.
I think it was 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks?
It was 2 weeks.
I felt like we were coming. I was wondering why we weren't promoting it in any way.
It was 2 weeks, and we sold all the tickets the same day.
Yeah.
Right.
Instant.
Sold out seats are sold out seats, right?
Right. So it's. I don't
So
know.
50 bucks.
I feel like we need to do something, like either work on a standby line or
could
figure out
always do,
how
like-
to make sure that we get everyone in there.
Do more expensive and then give away like a shirt or something of that value.
I just hate charging more money. It's tough.
Yeah, I get that.
Tips for RTX?
Tips for RTX. Well, we talked about it a lot, but because security now is happening before people get into the convention center, bring a water bottle for you to have in line while you wait.
Yes.
So you could drink water because it's fucking hot and sunny out, especially midday during the weekend. I think we're supposed to be like almost at 100 degrees for the whole weekend.
I think
And then you'll just spill it out before you get inside, but there's...
And if the
water
lines are
fountains
super
all over.
long, like kick it for like go get a drink or Starbucks or something for like 20, 30 minutes.
The only time I could conceivably see the lines being long is maybe at the very beginning of the day. Since there's multiple checkpoints, I think if you just monitor the line status,
We'll be watching it really closely.
RTX Lions.
if you go to RTX lines on Twitter, they'll let you know like the quickest way to potentially get into the convention
There's
center.
also, I think a lot of people go into RTX, especially for the first time, expecting that they're going to be able to see everything and go to everything that they want to go to. Whereas I always tell people, choose 2, 3, maybe 4 things max that you must see throughout the weekend and have them spread out pretty well. And then just focus on going to those things.
I agree.
And also go to panels of things that you like might not know much about. Like if you're not interested in seeing the RT podcast, like maybe go to a different panel, like a smaller panel that might be something more interesting for like the career path you want to take. Because those things are like few and far between, whereas the podcast happens every week, always open happens every
and
week.
if you go to one Ruby panel, you don't need to go to another one.
Exactly.
Can I make a suggestion? You should go to the broadcast cruise panel,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
What day
kind
is
of-
that?
I think it's Sunday. No,
Friday.
Friday.
What kind of stuff do you talk about?
Don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
Don't
Come
know
on.
yet.
They'll talk about what it's like behind the scenes in broadcast.
Camera switching.
So is that your panel suggesting?
What's that?
Is that your panel suggestion?
No, I mean my suggestions in general for RTX. It's especially a lot of people still come to RTX to meet as many people as they can.
Yeah.
Meet as many people as they've seen in shows. Hopefully, a lot of them come to meet people they've know from the community for the first time, which is my favorite part of RTX. But if you're there and you want to meet people, mainly people want to get a selfie. You know, it's just be ready. That's it. Just be ready because it makes everything go much faster. And if the group is moving faster, if someone is like, say, Barbara is being taken away because she has to go to a panel that's got 5,000 people waiting for it, the Ruby panel, then the Guardians do have to get her out of there. But if you've got your camera ready to go, you got a lot better shot of like grabbing something really fast.
Practice opening up your lock screen camera.
Yeah.
It's much
Exactly.
faster.
Also, go ahead. Well, maybe that's not a good advice for
It's hard, though,
traveling.
because if we
I was gonna say
do-
set your sleep screen for like 5 minutes, because most of the time you're sitting there with people while they're getting into their phone.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then they're finding their camera.
Yeah,
app
your
and they're
battery
doing-
could die pretty quickly though. if you do
Yeah.
that.
Or also if you lose your phone while you're traveling and it's like still awake, that's not a good situation. Just I don't know. It's one of those things. It's
I would say the biggest thing is if you're not from somewhere hot, you underestimate how hot it is. It's hot as balls.
Yeah.
So be prepared.
It feels like you're in a sauna.
What'd you say? You sweat in 90 seconds.
You really do. Like if you just stand outside in the sun when it's 100 degrees for 1 minute, you'll be sweating.
Yeah, we
There's
were at
also-
the brewery this morning at 10 a.m. and we were inside and I was still sweating.
Because the thing is, you keep sweating after you've gone into the cool because
Yeah.
it
Your
takes
body
like 5
temperature
minutes to
Yeah.
catch up. You'll be outside for 1 minute, you can sweat for 5.
There's also something for cosplayers. There's a cosplay changing room in the convention center. It's not to store anything or to do anything like that, but it's if you have like very heavy, bulky cosplay that you don't want to be wearing outside while you're standing in the heat, you could change in the convention center.
so you bring like the underlayer for like a Halo Spartan and then put the armor on at the convention.
There's a changing room in the convention center.
Yeah.
So I highly suggest that, and especially if you have like, I was at Raleigh SuperCon this weekend. I saw people in like Jon Snow cosplays, like with the full jackets and leather
Yeah.
and fur, and I'm
Wow.
like, you must be fucking dying.
It's worth it, man. That's the art.
Yeah,
Yeah, gotta sweat for it. Sure, man. Every time I see every scene with, I guess spoiler with Jon. I'll just say scenes with Jon Snow this year and characters he's interacting with in the most recent season.
It's not a spoiler anymore. You got to be able to talk about
They're
it.
in a place that is so phenomenally windy. All I can think of the entire scene is they must have had to re-record all these lines.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Every
so
last.
windy.
I mean, it's like his hair is sideways. Her hair is sideways. His pelt is like moving off. Yeah. And so I'm like, there's no way they got.
Why
the
don't
audio.
they put mics in your throat?
Just like if you're going to be an actor,
Embed
just have
them?
it surgically implanted.
Yeah, why
like,
not?
wouldn't that work if you mic'd a vocal cord directly? What'd it sound like?
Let me ask you a question. How many years away are we from you don't need to do ADR? A computer just reads your lips
Oh, and you do like sample words,
and it
to
just like, or you put in the script and
I don't
then
know.
or
Have you seen those
transcription.
bad lip reading videos?
I guess
could
it
get
would
it
be
wrong.
kind
There's
of
still got to be
robotic.
a level of acting involved.
But it's
though.
gonna happen. It's gonna.
I would say maybe 8 years.
it's gonna come along at some point. At some point.
Yeah.
8 years.
8 years.
Not that far away.
You talked about like having a mic implanted in you.
Yeah.
I read something, I think last week or the week before, that when pacemakers were first developed, like the first ones that were put into the human body, that initially they were powered by plutonium.
What?
And so like the first generation of pacemakers have a tiny bit of plutonium in them to run them. And so like the people who have those are monitored and followed, and inevitably when they die, it's like they have to be found and they have to have that plutonium removed from their body.
What's worse, uranium or plutonium? Is plutonium because it's further away?
What?
Or Pluto's further away than Uranus? Well, it's like higher on the periodic table.
Still, one of my favorite stories to this day. He would have made an excellent YouTuber in today's day and age. Was the Boy Scout who got together a bunch of smoke alarms and built a nuclear reactor in his backyard.
What?
And then gave himself radiation poisoning. It's an amazing story. Just go like a Boy Scout
I feel
nuclear
like that
reactor.
wasn't that long ago, right? It was like 10 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, was it? Let me see when this guy built it.
Well, here, let me read this while you look that up. I want to remind everyone this episode of the Receipt Podcast is also brought to you by...
How about this for an idea?
I'm totally getting this thing. This thing is like literally a quarter or a fifth the size of my current toothbrush.
It's tiny.
I don't know how it's.
And you just
how
put a
they got
little
so
lid on
small.
it to travel with it. It's super easy.
What about a
totally
camera with a light on it that you shove in your mouth, and it is a dentist?
It is a dentist.
Like there's a dentist like.
Why'd you
streaming
lead with
it.
the light? I mean, just
It's
say
in
you
your
put a
mouth.
dentist in your mouth.
No, the person can watch the feed and be like, "Oh, you need a filling on this tooth."
Oh,
Then you
I
don't
thought
have
they
to go
fix
to-
shit. You
I
ever
mean, I
see?
think they
I
have
guess
to
it
like
still- it
they gotta
wouldn't do the
poke in
filling.
there and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got to see like how the tartar is under the gum line.
Yeah.
You don't think you could have a dental checkup through just pictures?
No.
I think you
Maybe for like extreme emergencies, like
I
a
think
cracked tooth or something. But then you got to go to the dentist anyway.
We should ask Lindsay. Her mom's a dentist. But they do a lot of feeling.
Speaking of which, did Ryan pull his own tooth out this weekend?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with him?
What
Was
the
it? It
fuck
looked like
did he
a
do?
crown, maybe, or was it a?
It's
No.
like a hunk of wisdom tooth because apparently they smashed him out.
Why didn't he go to the? What? Why?
I don't know. It's
Was
Ryan.
It,
'Cause
was
Ryan,
it buried in his gum and he
It was
dug
poking
it out?
out. It was like emerging.
So he just pulled it. Yikes.
Just ripped it out.
Just go. Oh.
Look, he's an animal. You know him.
That's horrific. Go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Just go to Lindsay.
What if like a nerve comes with it? Then you get trouble.
What does a nerve look like?
Like a little rope
Little
with
spaghetti.
electricity on it?
Have you ever
That's
seen
pretty
the
much like an angel
127
hair.
hours?
That's
there's,
enormous.
There's the picture.
That's enormous.
That's too big to be pulling out. Oh,
But with
That's not
tweezers, I
actually-
feel like it
Yeah, with
probably wasn't
tweezers.
that bad then if it was tweezers, right? Like it was probably just barely attached.
those are good tweezers.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're from a Swiss Army knife.
They are from a
They're
Swiss
not
Army
that
knife.
great.
Good call, guys. They are.
Exactly.
Why is it that all the planet named elements are dangerous?
Mercury
Mercury
is
will kill you.
dangerous.
Mars bars are totally fine.
They're delicious.
True.
Venusium. That's a very dangerous
Neptune's my
element.
favorite Ruby character.
Neptunium. Is that radioactive?
Is that an element?
Is Neptune? Where would you get
Neptunium?
Neptunium? What do you use it for?
I don't know, but it's apparently not as good as uranium or
But
plutonium.
plutonium's not a planet anymore.
a
Wouldn't it be
rig-
funny if when they declassified Pluto that plutonium became like okay? It was like
It
inert.
became like
What about
Dwarf.
unobtainium?
Yeah. Somebody in the control room is a huge Avatar fan. Did I read correctly that they've already filmed the last some of the Avatar movies?
Yep. Yep.
Did I read that correctly?
Do you
Did I
think
read
there'll
that?
be another
think so.
mech with another giant knife?
I I like the mech with the giant knife.
It was stupid.
All right.
Whatever.
Why wasn't it built into the arm? It didn't need to pick up a knife from a
it's
big
like
pocket.
Pacific Rim all over again.
I got a poll for you. The new battle, or was Alita Battle Angel? Is that what they're calling the movie? Alita Battle Angel?
Yeah.
They put out a
I thought it was
second
Battle
trailer.
Angel Alita.
I think that's the name of the
That's the
manga.
anime. Yeah.
Or the anime?
Yeah.
I don't know what the source material
The
is.
girl with the eyes.
Alita Battle Angel. They put out a second trailer.
Yeah.
Did you see
I haven't seen it yet, no, but I saw some people talking about it,
Okay.
saying that it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Look colorful.
It's good.
Oh shit.
But what do you guys think? Was it good? Not good? Control room? Broadcast?
No reply.
Seeing a lot
Nobody
of
saw it?
shrugs.
Yeah.
At
the trailer.
Alita Battle Angel. The second trailer.
No, it's terrible. Are you
Eric, you don't like the second trailer?
No.
Eric, don't opinion on this
That's it.
podcast.
Yeah. What's
Bernie's asking him.
So Avatar 2 is coming out 2020, Avatar 3 2021, Avatar 4 2024, Avatar 5 2025.
When was the last one? Like 2006?
2009.
Or 2009?
they're
So
gonna
it'll be
do one every
11
year?
years. No, they're skipping between 2021 and 2025.
The fuck?
Man, that's a lot of that world.
I
That
also feel like
I'm not sure I care enough about.
they did enough. Like Avatar 1 to me was enough. Like maybe a second one could like expand on that, but any more than that seems like too much.
No, then you prequel it, and then you spin off it. There's plenty.
And
I
then
read
you
a
do
very-
what, their babies.
I read a very Gavin
New
fact
class.
this weekend. Speaking of James Cameron stuff, and this is a Titanic fact. It's that to this day, the pool on the Titanic is still filled.
This is like
I don't know if they had a pool or not, but when I read it, I thought immediately thought that is something.
So a
it never
pool-
lost its
I don't
water.
think it had a pool on
I don't think it did either.
So a pool on a ship will always be a pool.
Always be a pool.
Like even if it breaks, it's still a pool.
because it's underwater.
Yeah. You mean if the ship breaks? Yeah. Yeah.
if the
it'll still be
ship
a pool.
breaks and ends up on the bottom of the ocean.
Unless the pool cracks in half, and it's no longer that rectangle.
Sounds like two pools to me. No, it's like that fact about escalators can never really break because they just become stairs.
Unless you've seen videos where escalators break, and then it's
I've
horrifying.
seen those videos.
Very
I'm
true.
starting to develop an irrational fear of escalators.
It's not irrational.
I've watched-
Escalators are fucking scary
like,
death traps.
We knew the guy who worked on them before.
Yeah.
And I spent a day with him once, 20 years ago
to
or something.
ruin you for the rest of your
And
life.
I was like, I don't know if I trust escalators anymore. And as I've been getting older, I think more and more about what he told me that day.
What happened? What's like the big terrifying?
You can so
meat
the
grinder.
plates
Other than,
you
like,
stand
something
on,
getting
the plates
caught
you
in
stand on are actually really thin metal.
they used to be thinner.
They used to be thinner. They're a little thicker now.
Yep.
And a woman wearing high heel shoes, if you stand wrong, you can put. It used to be you could potentially punch through
Fuck.
the metal.
And they would just snap.
Yeah.
And then you just drop
then-
down in the gears.
Yeah, and then when they snap, they just like boom, fall down, and that it's just a nightmare of gears and
I've-
metal under there.
I've
It's
been
horrifying.
in Japan. I went on an escalator that was transparent and you could see inside it. There's a lot to it. Like you get
Yes.
when you get off one, there's that like 5 feet of metal plating.
Yeah,
Underneath that is a mulcher. It's crazy.
Yep.
There's a lot going on
Like
in
a
there.
grinder.
Yeah, because you don't realize how like far under the floor they come after you step off. They keep going quite
Yeah.
a way. Yeah, I wouldn't want to fall in that.
yeah, and I've seen some awful videos.
You seen the video from the woman in China, right?
Yes,
And it's not gory.
it's not gory.
It sounds gory.
There's
It's
just, there's someone.
awful.
Someone is going somewhere they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Does she get caught in it, or
So it's
I
a
mean, I
video.
don't want you to be too gruesome with
without
it.
being, yeah, too. Obviously, going to talk about something that's like a death
It's a
thing
very
here.
sad video.
It's a security cam footage, and two women. It looks like they're in a shopping
No,
mall.
it's like a woman and her kid.
No, two women go up.
Oh, gotcha.
And as they leave the escalator, you know when you walk and there's that metal plate right in front of the escalator before you get on it? They walk on that and it goes ba-dunk and like buckles. And they catch themselves and they grab onto each other. And then they are like looking at it. And while they're looking at it, down at the bottom of the escalator, a woman gets on with her kid.
Oh God.
And she starts coming up. And the two women are like pointing at the plate and telling her whatever. And then she's like, but she can't stop coming up the escalator. So she's coming up. And as soon as she steps on it, it like cracks. She literally, the woman is a hero. She grabs her kid and throws her kid
Oh fuck.
to one of the women. And then she just like disappears
into it.
into the floor.
Holy shit.
Like, and it's not good.
Yeah,
It's
you don't
really not
see
good.
anything gory, but it's like there's
but I mean,
no good
And I think
outcome
the
from
escalator
that.
keeps going.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it means that she went.
Who knows?
Yeah.
That's horrible. It's really, really fucking horrible.
Cool. Can't wait to go on all these
Do you
escalators.
remember when we went to New Jersey?
Yeah, I do remember that trip.
Good
and
segue.
There was a woman on an escalator, but she got like stuck against her luggage. As it got to the top,
I don't remember
the
that.
luggage got caught, and she was getting like pushed up on top of her luggage, and her husband was, or maybe her husband was, but she was screaming. She was like, "Somebody help!" And everyone was like, and we were just watching this woman tip up over her luggage. In the end, she just plopped off, and then got up and was like, but she made a real huge scene.
I don't remember that
mean,
at all.
I can't believe you don't remember that.
I would have panicked too if I was that woman.
No, I know. It was like,
caught in
it
an
was valid
escalator.
concern. It was just like going from like top of your lungs screaming like you're about to die to, oh, let me just, I'm good.
Nothing to see here. Never
I can't
mind.
believe you don't remember that. We were
There's a lot
laughing
about
about it afterwards.
a lot about that trip that was shitty. That was just like, oh man.
Upbeat story about Chinese elevators, so we can kind of cleanse the palate here. It was one of the best examples of dad reflexes ever, where a kid was at the mall and it's like an escalator, and he's on the outside of the escalator. It's a little kid, and he's messing around with the handle, the rail that goes up, which is moves along with the staircase, and he's holding it. And then all of a sudden he starts like going up the side of the escalator on the outside of the escalator, just hanging on the outside of the escalator. But then he gets to a point where he can't let go, and no one, security cam footage again, seems to notice this kid except for one dude who just starts fucking booking. And sure enough, when the kid falls, he catches the
Like
kid
right there, right?
perfectly. Yeah, he
It's
catches
an
the kid.
amazing clip.
That and the one that always amazes me is a situation that I can totally see happening where it's the security checkpoint at the airport. There's a lot of shit going on, and the guy puts the kid up on the table and then turns back and like does something, or it's, I don't know, the parent does.
It's like getting something out of his bag to put
bag or
through,
something,
yeah.
and the kid just leans. Like as soon as he lets go of the kid's came for like half a second, just enough as a parent, you're like, okay, he's settled, and then all of a sudden the kid just leans, probably like a 6 or 7 month old baby, just
Yeah.
like sitting up for the first time, leans, falls off the table, and this person comes out of nowhere.
It was like a TSA agent,
Yeah, I think it was
I
a
think,
TSA
yeah.
agent, and like does this diving catch and catches the kid like right as the kid's about to hit the
Holy
ground.
shit.
It's fucking insane. Like I don't know how the person had that fast of a reaction. Watching the video and knowing what's coming, I didn't have that
That's
fast
just
of a reaction.
pure instinct too. Like, there's no way that guy had time to decide whether he was going to do that. He must have seen the baby tipping and just
Just
thought,
reflex.
Or like,
I need to
oh
get
yeah,
to
he
the baby.
watched the guy put him down. Was like, I'm just gonna keep an eye just to be safe. And
Yeah.
then starts to be like, okay, it's a good thing I was watching.
And of
Worth
course,
a
it's the
dive.
internet, so everyone's like, that person should lose their child and everything else. And it's just like, you never got hurt as a kid doing,
come on.
Yeah.
with some dumb thing. Man.
that's the whole thing. It's similar to the joke thing. It's where it's like you're expected to be 100% perfect the whole time.
Yeah.
No one is in anything they do. You'll make a mistake.
Speak for yourself.
And speaking of which, that applies to us probably more than anybody else, is we are throwing on a big event this year. We talked about the security stuff, so we're all watching it very closely. There's going to be something that comes up. We talked about this last week with Bethany. Something's going to happen. Something's like something that we didn't anticipate, something we're trying that's new, or something that has been working fine for years and suddenly doesn't work well,
Yeah.
With crowd management or something.
A lot of factors.
Yeah,
involved.
so, and we're going to deal with that as it comes. But it's people should not be shocked if there's something that like, oh no, this.
And usually in past RTXs, if something comes up on Friday that they didn't anticipate being an issue, it's usually fixed by Saturday morning.
Right.
So if there is an issue, usually events and everyone involved is very aware of it and they do their best to fix it.
Yeah.
A lot of things are hard to anticipate it. Gus, you and I know.
You get that many people together. It's an ordeal.
Yeah. Something I will say too about escalators that always stresses me out is when you're going down an escalator and you could see it's very crowded at the bottom and people aren't getting off and moving away from the escalator
hate
fast
that.
enough.
Fucking idiots.
It causes me so much anxiety coming down and being like, people better keep walking, move away from the fucking escalator. Because then if like one person gets stuck and then everyone just will topple over each other. So please don't do that at RTX if you're
keep
going
moving.
down an escalator.
And
Very
remember,
crowded.
Don't stop.
There's buttons on them to stop them.
I always look for them. I feel like I'm the only like I always want to know like where is the button?
Just in
it's
case.
always like at the bottom of the
yeah, it's like
the
where you get
return.
on, where you go off.
Do you still look for exits?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I always look for an exit, count the rows to the exit in an airplane, and I flew with JD this weekend. And it was like, I made sure I put him as close as possible to the exit row because we couldn't sit together. We booked separately. I put him as close as possible to the exit row can't be in it because he's only 16.
Yeah.
So
How'd you
I
have to be?
thought it
18?
to be 15 for exit row.
is that true? I thought it was 18.
No, I don't think it's 18.
I would think it would be 18.
Let me look.
You gotta be able to direct the rest of the.
15 years of age or older.
Get the fuck out of here. I could have put him in the exit row.
I don't know why it's the whole row. I feel like just the guy at the door needs to know.
The person at the door
Well,
has
it's
to be able to lift 65 pounds.
If the person at the door gets hurt, you got to have a couple backups.
I mean, the plane's full of backups. If the person at the door gets hurt, someone's going to open it.
Or if the guy in the middle of the flight starts trying to open the door, then the person in the middle seat's got to fucking deck him.
You can't. People think you can open a door.
You can't open them.
Yeah, but it's just. But if somebody's trying to open the door, you get to deck them for free. That's a free
That's
shot.
true. Or a flight attendant.
No
might
one's
use a
gonna
wine
be
bottle.
like, no.
Just give them a little yappy dog and then put that couple who was in front of me on the plane. They'll beat him up for sure.
That skeezy couple. Are dogs even allowed in first class? Are they? I'm not even sure.
That's the title for this week's episode. All right, well, let's wrap this up. So thanks everybody for watching. We will see you guys at RTX this weekend.
RTX.
Bye, everybody.
Boop.
Bye.